Hello friends, this is Vedic Astrology by Rani and I am here to talk about for the horoscope for the month of October 2020. And before I do that, I want to express my gratitude to you since I received hundreds of inbox messages from many of you telling me, reaffirming me that my predictions are coming out accurate, and they gave me an example. For example, in the video of Biden versus Trump, I predicted that Trump will have some kind of a health matters, and sure enough, sadly though, he have corona attack, and though I'm happy for my predictions being coming true, I'm not happy about what's happening to him or to anybody for that matter. And I pray for him and for each of you to have better health, and all of you please stay healthy and happy and use precautions like mask, keep your distance 6 feet, and try your best to avoid the crowds. And before we continue with the horoscopes, please remember to subscribe, because that motivates me to continue to keep coming month after month. These videos do take a lot of time, and therefore your support is very much highly appreciated. Okay, keep going with the flow for October. There are a few planets that are going to play a key role in this month. One of them is Mars, Mercury, and Venus. And of course, other planets are active too, but these are the highlights of this month. For example, Mars will enter in Pisces on October 4th, and it will stay there until December 24th. And Mars is retrograde, or rather has been a retrograde since September 9, and it will remain there retrograde through till it turns direct on November 14. And because it's in Pisces, and we need to know what is happening to Pisces. This sign is ruled by Jupiter, and which is at the time is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a sign of spirituality, seeking truth. So it indicates that many radical types of sentiments will be very prevalent among many people. And since it's elections time, it means very heated discussions among people about election situations, and among the candidates also. It seems like there will be big, very heated debates among those candidates. On a personal level, if you are learning astrology, you will need to just look at your chart and see where the Mars is placed, and wherever it's placed, wherever it's looking, all those places and areas. And in addition, I'll talk about other planets too. You need to be very cautious not to get angry in those areas of your life, because there is a big price to be paid if you're angry. It's not going to sit well with the consequences, will not be good. Okay, and the second planet that can impact you, that you need to be really careful, is Mercury, which is turning retrograde this month on October 14 in the air sign of Libra, and it will turn direct on election day of November 3rd. Ouch. And of course, that's not a good news for election purposes, and I talked about in the other video of elections that who will win. So here I'm just going to say it's not a great position for election purposes. Go watch my video that where I said who will win, will Biden will win or Trump will win. That will tell you more details on this one. Of course, on a personal level, it means relationships will have a lot of miscommunication. So people, especially in marriages and one-to-one relationships with your maybe even friends or live-in people, relationships of all kinds. Speak clearly, speak carefully, don't let anger rule you. Make sure you stay calm and collected if you want to, then you will sail through this month good. So now what does Mercury, and with the planet Mercury being retrograde, please never sign a contract. It won't go through. You'll have a lot of problems. Take care of your computers, back up your files, and speak clearly, because miscommunications are bound to happen. You may be talking about oranges and the listeners will say, think you talk about apples. It can be very hilarious sometimes, but in general it can be very difficult when the communications are not making sense to each other in people. Going back to Libra, where Mercury will be at this time, it rules and balance and justice and the balance among many other things. And so when Mercury will be retrograde, it means many matters will be out of balance. To add to this problem, due to Mars placement, anger and violence will be a big troubling factors in our lives, in society in general, or in people's lives too, wherever Mercury and Mars is situated. Okay, so There will be a lot of, because of these planetary conditions, there are a lot of crazy miscommunications will be happening. Even people will have a lot of conspiracy theories triggering out more angry emotions. And my advice is stay calm, don't get carried away into discussions of political nature, especially, or else you will lose some relationships in that process too. So those who are learning astrology, again, they can look at their chart wherever Mercury is sitting or is aspecting those areas. Particularly, make sure your communications are clear and stay. Just anger has no place in this month, but I see angry people, violence happening. It will be hurting our societies. If you come out on the streets and thinking of doing riots or cause problems, it's damaging. And you will also be, if you are the initiator of the violence or riots, you will have to pay hefty price for that. Be careful if you are thinking of that. Also, because Mars will be in Gandanta degrees in 29 degrees of Pisces around October 6th or 7th, so please be very careful. Gandanta, like I said in many of my videos, it means simply feeling of drowning. People will feel like, God, I got it up to here. As a result, they're frustrated. They want to come on the streets and react in a very negative manner. Or it could be, I'm sensing some lot of floods and bad storms, bad situations in general are on the horizon. On October 1st, moon is being full, and it's in the 14 degrees of Pisces in nakshatra of Uttarabhadrapadra. I said it correct. Okay. So, which is represents the back part of the funeral court. It indicates a lot of new beginnings and endings. So, a lot of things will be painful. There will be the things that are ending, but through those endings will come beautiful beginnings. Mark my word. New beginnings are coming soon, with a lot of good coming out of all this that we are suffering, we are dealing with. There will be good new beginnings. It's like, you want to move into a new house, all that packing and where your stuff is, you're kind of displaced. But eventually when you get to your new house, you're happy, you like it. So that's something to that effect will be happening. Not that's going to happen, but moving to a house. Now, around October 4, Pluto will be stationing into turn direct, and Pluto represents transformation, a lot of transformation. And it also represents underworld and our inner dark psychological thoughts, and all of that will be coming out in the open. If you have any dark thoughts and activities in your life in the past, it's coming out. If you have done any fishy stuff, questionable stuff in the past, and you thought you have pushed it under the rug, it's coming out in the open. So be careful. Example would be in the Bollywood industry, and many big names are in trouble, and I'm feeling bad for them because there will be no hiding from them. If they have done something wrong in the past, those who have, there will be no hiding for them. They will be in trouble. And if you are innocent, just because your name is being dragged and you are innocent, you'll be fine. And so, because also I see that because Mars is here like clearing the clutter, and Pluto wants us to transform. So I see there will be a lot of transformations coming out. Big crap will be cleaned up, and so that kind of things we have to. In the future, remember, the planets will come around and find all your dark secrets. And my recommendation is, from hereafter, try not to do anything that's can get you in trouble if it's discovered. So planets do come around and clean up that crap. So now Mars will be squaring Pluto on October 9th, which means that there could be violence and maybe some kind of violence, maybe like in the words when the leaders are having debates, or it could be also physical type. So these leaders need to be very careful. I hope I'm wrong, and I'm saying that because Mercury's status and also the 10th house of USS chart is indicating that kind of stuff happening to the leaders, and perhaps even to Trump. October 14, the Mercury will be retrograde and Mars will be in opposition to Sun. Violence or attacks, hopefully it's just verbal. Like I said, because Sun will be, because of to the leaders, because Sun will be in the 10th house of USA, leading me to see indication of assault on some of the top leaders. I hope it's not the president. I may or may not like him. I'm just giving you knowledge and information, okay? So it's not because I like him or not. I'm just talking about astrology here. So now October 19, Mars will square Jupiter and Pluto. Mars will square Jupiter and Pluto, which indicates that there will be humongous changings through which some very difficult channels, very difficult times will be passing through for a just so that we can have a better world for all of most of us. I talked earlier about that too, about in relation to moon. So just be very strong. Things are going to be tough, but hold on to it. This will pass too. Okay, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Now, October 23rd, Venus will be in its sign of debilitation, Virgo, bringing economies down temporarily at least, which means for those who have good planets supporting the stock market investments, it's a good time to invest in the stock market. But please make sure you know that your planet, your chart is supporting that. It's a good time to invest in the stock market. On a personal level, also I want to tell you, because of this position of the Venus, I will again, this is the second point I'm talking. Do not initiate marriages at this time. Do not initiate new relationships. It's not going to work. Rather, it's a time to reflect and address any issues you may have in your living relationship, friendship, or in marriage even. Not a time to get married. It won't work. So on October, almost ending here, I want to say that October 29, Jupiter will be in a 6/8 ratio with Rahu, which indicates that you should refrain from taking any risks with anything that's important to you or to your surroundings. With that, I am almost done with October, and I'm going to conclude that this month, take care of your computers, your cars, make sure your car have proper servicing done, and make sure you save your keys, don't get locked out. You need to make sure your data in the computer is all backed up, or you will cry later that you lost it. And do not sign any new contracts. If you can avoid it, please do. Just to reflect and try to solve the problems. And I am very much concerned about the violence and the floods and the storms. Be careful. Try not to act on your anger. Anger management is another video that I feel like I should make, because I notice majority of the problems in the world are because people can't manage anger. What is anger? We think the other person should not have done that, or other people, group of people should not have done that. So we feel angry. I want to ask each and one of you, when you are angry, by being angry, do you think you have changed people to do better so that you will be not upset? Answer is no. You can get angry all you want. Other people are going to be how they are no matter what. The best thing is to take a deep breath, try to change your own perception on matters instead of focusing on other people's drawbacks and faults. With that, I take leave, and I thank you very much for watching this video. Please make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next month. Take care. Bye.